Right, welcome ladies and gents. Good old Diddley Squat. He's making a Gladiator sequel. Cool. I really like Gladiator. Great film. Fantastic music. Overall great story. Really well directed by Ridley Scott. Cinematography is superb. Don't think it needs a sequel. Not going to lie. I think it's very, very good as it is. But here it is. So Gladiator sequel, Paul Mescal is in talks to star for Ridley Scott. So Scott is directing the Paramount project, the follow-up to his 2000 historical epic, which is an epic. It's a great film. Really, really, really good to see. You know, that's a film, like, if you haven't watched it, definitely go and watch it. And if you haven't watched it for a while, definitely go and watch it again, because it really holds up. It's a very, very good film. So, are you not entertained? We're going to be entertained again. Ridley Scott is readying his long gestating Gladiator sequel with normal people star Paul Mescal in negotiations for the film's lead role. So that's interesting. I wonder exactly where they're going to set it, how it's going to work. Now, we do have some information on that. This is interesting anyway. Like, Joaquin Phoenix was incredible in this film. Really, really incredible. But the Paramount project is set to be a follow-up to Scott's Best Picture winning 2000 feature, which followed Maximus Decimus Meridius, one of the best names of all film history, a former general who is forced into being a common gladiator under the rule of Commodus, a patricidal, self-appointed emperor of Rome, because he murdered the former emperor at the start. Spoiler alert. According to previous reports, the sequel's story will centre on Lucius, the son of Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen, and the nephew of Phoenix's Commodus. So that's interesting. David Scarpa, who worked with Scott on All the Money in the World and the duo's upcoming Napoleon Bonaparte movie, is penning the script. If you liked either of those, you know, if you liked All the Money in the World anyway, good, I guess. Ridley Scott's not a writer anyway, so it is best that he stays away from those things. Scott will be producing with Michael Pruss via Scott Free, and Doug Wick and Lucy Fisher via Red Wagon Entertainment. Now, this is another interesting stuff, is that Gladiator was actually a co-production with Universal back in the day, with that studio now having the option to co-produce the sequel once the project is packaged. Because that's the thing. They technically have the rights to enter co-production. They can sort of option in and option out. At the time of release, Gladiator grossed $460 million at the box office. Which back in, what, 2000? That was pretty bloody good. That's, yeah, pretty bloody good. And earned 11 Oscar nominations, winning 5 statues. Including Best Picture and Best Actor for Crow. And you know what? This is one of those things that, like, you look back at Oscars back in the day versus now, you go, ah, that's when the Oscars meant something. That's when they were worth a damn. Because that makes perfect sense. Nowadays, it's all just, I don't know, some nonsense BS. So, yeah, this was way back in the day. 11 Oscar nominations, and actually won 5. Best Picture and Best Actor. And for that year, yeah, that would have stood leagues above everyone and everything. And Russell Crowe's performance in this film as well is exceptionally good. It's a very, very moving performance from Crowe. He's very, very, very good in this. People often forget about Russell Crowe as, you know, such a good actor that he is, because he's not really been in a lot. You know, he's barely been in stuff lately, and he sort of got relegated to B movies and side movies, and, you know, recently he was in Thor: Love and Thunder as a joke character, you know, which I'm sure he loved doing, but it would be great to see him in some, you know, more serious stuff. So heading into the sequel, Scott is coming off of directing Napoleon, reuniting with Phoenix, playing the famed French Emperor, with Vanessa Kirby playing Empress Josephine. So Gladiator marks a significant milestone for Mescal, who broke out in the Hulu series Normal People, earning a BAFTA award and an Emmy nomination for his role. So Gladiator 2 is actually going to be this actor's first leading role in a major studio production. So that's interesting. You know, sure, fine, I guess. I don't know anything about this actual, you know, this actor. From a look perspective, is it going to be? Is it going to be another Gladiator? If so, he's going to have to bulk up quite a bit. Russell Crowe is in pretty decent shape for Gladiator. This chap's going to have to bulk up a hell of a lot to have any kind of comparison to Crowe. But, you know, as from an acting perspective, I've got no idea about this guy. Utterly no idea. He's so fresh and new that it's not something which I'm massively familiar with. Normal people, never seen it. But they obviously have found something in him. And whatever you think of Ridley Scott as, you know, a sort of a storyteller, of which I'm a pretty big critic, he gets his casting on point every time. Absolutely every time. You know, whatever you think of Prometheus or Alien Covenant, David, played by Michael Fassbender, epic casting. Absolutely superb casting. His casting always works. Always works. Whether the film and the story surrounding it doesn't, his casting always does. So I've got no reason to doubt that this will be a good pick at all, basically. And also, so it seems that this chap, you know, after that role in Normal People, landed roles in a string of festival standouts, including Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Lost Daughter, Charlotte Wells' After Sun. So clearly moving up in the world, doing quite a lot of stuff. As a sequel, though, you know, we have to talk about it. Is this a film that even needs to be made? No. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot at all. Could it be good? Yeah. Yeah, it could be good. Ridley Scott hasn't really done a great deal of massive hits lately. So this will be interesting to see if returning to something that he used, you know, that he won a great deal of acclaim for, and one which even I'm is giving huge acclaim for now, whether that's his key to success again. But yeah, it is a film which I don't think really needs to happen. I'm not going to lie. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. Love to hear it. Any and all of your thoughts, drop it down below. Cheers, guys. Take care.